I thought I'd give my kitchen door a touch of class, and I painted it the same color as the walls, but it was still too bland. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different to give it a little bit of spunk. I went to Walmart and purchased some white spray paint, and then I went to the dollar store and purchased the canvases. And I used those canvases and I removed the covering and kept the frame and spray painted them white to use as frames for my door. After some measuring, I took my painter's tape and I taped the frames to the door before I took out my nail gun, and then I nailed the frames to the door. After removing the painter's tape and looking at it from a distance, it looked good, but once you got up close, I made some very, very obvious mistakes. I tried dabbing on some caulk to cover up the nails, and then there were quite a few holes left over that I tried to fill after the fact. And it just came out clumpy. I even tried to sand it down, but it just looked terrible. I had a lot of gaps. I just knew that I had to redo this. I had to do it over. So I removed the frames from the door, went back to the dollar store and purchased some more canvases. Remove the canvas fabric, and this time I filled in the gaps with caulking in the beginning. And as you can see, I'm caulking all the holes, but I'm actually pulling the caulk from the middle of the caulk because my caulking tube had burst open. And so I used some paper to get the remaining caulk out and fill in the holes and the gaps, because there was no way I was going to purchase another thing of good caulk when I had it right there. Too cheap to do that. After I was done caulking, I removed all of the staples that was in the back of the frame. And I did that pretty quickly. And then afterwards, I just started to sand it down, which is what I should have did in the first place before I actually painted it. After I was done sanding them, I took all three frames out in the back and spray painted them white. And then I re-adhered them to the door. And I think they came out pretty good this second time around. I did a much better job. So I think. I didn't even try to hide the nails this time. They were so small and tiny. I just let them go. You couldn't really even tell unless you like walked upon them and saw them anyway. And then there was a few areas where I left a little caulk on the paint job, which I just painted over later. But for the most part, it came out pretty good. What you think? This time I added trim at the top and the bottom of the door to cover up some of the flaws that was still in the door. I thought it was just what it needed. But you let me know what you think. Join me next time, and don't forget to like and subscribe.